Hydrexia is an early stage company out of Brisbane in Australia. We're currently raising our B round now, raised about $9 million up until now, looking at raising $8 million going forward. We're looking at taking that through to our last, through EBITDA positive, in sort of 2014-2015 timeframe. We started off as a research project in Brisbane. It came typically from many sources, other companies here from the university. We spun off about 6 years ago and have taken it from essentially a research project through into product. I thought, being the last speaker on a Friday afternoon, I might help the conference organisers by sort of summing up some of the themes that we've heard over the last couple of days. I think some of the key messages that come through. The first is, one of the other presenters stated this, that when you talk about clean tech, one of it's about energy. The second is, you're looking for disruptive technologies within the clean tech or energy space, but really they have to be proven technologies that you're looking for. Utilising waste is a real positive. If you can take something that someone else doesn't want to use and add some value to it, it's a fantastic solution to have. Strategic partnerships are critical to take you from the path of commercialization and also potentially through to exit. China is a huge story, and it's going to continue to be that way, both from from a customer and emerging market perspective, but also from the supply chain and a general developer of technology as well. And I think the last, particularly from an investor perspective, is you're looking for multiple exit opportunities to help you and guide you in terms of some options going forward. So I thought I'd try and adapt those sort of 6 themes and sort of adapt my presentation towards addressing those. So the first is, why is hydrogen relevant? I think that's a very opportune and apt question that many people ask me all the time. So I think I have a go at that first. Really look at what the size of the market is from that side. How does Hydrexia impact that market? How are we going to address that? Who are we partnering with to enable us to commercialise our product and get into the marketplace? Why is China important to us? And what are some of the exit opportunities before I sum up? So why is hydrogen relevant? We've heard a lot about internal combustion engines, we've heard a lot about other technologies, we've all seen biofuels and a number of other alternatives around. The real reason why hydrogen is relevant is actually it's an existing market, and it's an existing users today. It's not in the energy space, it's with large industrial users. It's about $1.5 million per annum for selling the molecule, and there's about $300 or $400 million per annum in equipment that goes to servicing or restoring and distributing that hydrogen. Really where the excitement is though is looking at hydrogen in a different context, and that's really as an energy carrier. And that's got a number of points to it. One is potentially energy storage, another is hydrogen vehicles. We've seen Hyundai, Toyota and Mercedes-Benz announce that they're looking at 2014 as the entry point or the launch point for their vehicles, hydrogen fuel cell vehicles. That provides opportunities, for instance, for us in refuelling. Last is you're starting to see some applications and some products coming in on the stationary power market as well as in other mobile applications. One that really interests us is actually in hydrogen fuel cell forklift trucks. So how do we fit into that? And what do we need to do? What does Hydrexia need to do to start to address that? When you've asked anyone in the hydrogen business today, primarily from industrial gas businesses or from the oil companies, you ask them what are the 3 attributes that are most important to actually address this market. And they'll tell you they are cost, cost, and cost. And anyone, I think everyone knows who's here in a similar situation to me, is from an existing industry or a mature industry, a previous speaker stated this. You're running against a really mature industry with very established products and very established processes and methodologies of doing things. So really what you have to do is you have to significantly improve performance and you have to significantly lower the cost. You can't do just a nice whiz-bang technology solution, you've got to reduce the cost as well. And that has really shaped Hydrexia. We have really gone from the perspective of research projects that has some nice technology to now focusing our value proposition on the lowest cost solution in hydrogen storage and distribution. So how do we fit in this and how do we start to impact the market? Well, we're focused on large-scale off-board hydrogen storage. We're not on board, we're not talking about in a car, we're talking about outside the car, we're talking about infrastructure. First thing, as I mentioned before, we're focused on low-cost solutions. We're looking at delivering CapEx reductions of up to 60% compared to traditional compressed gas, and we're looking at significant total cost of ownership reductions across the life cycle. How do we do that? We do that by improving the storage performance, getting about 3 times more hydrogen compared to compressed gas. We've got flexible and scalable designs. That's important, so you can now match capital to the demand requirements, and we do it with enhanced safety. So we operate at low pressure, typically below 10 bar. With that hydrogen storage technology, what does it enable us to do? Well, it enables us to sell equipment, storage systems. But the really exciting thing for us is it enables us to start to look at low-cost hydrogen supply chains. In other words, how can we start to get into the molecule business? And how do we do that? Well, we start to do that by linking up with alternative or waste hydrogen producers. Now, a typical example of those are chlor-alkali plants. People make chlorine. Typically make chlorine for plastics, the petrochemical industry, environmental chloride monomer, PVCs. The key byproduct out of chlor-alkali plants is hydrogen. There's about 1.8 billion kilograms of hydrogen produced every year by chlor-alkali plants. The typical delivered market today, delivered hydrogen market is about 200 million kilograms. So there's plenty of capacity coming out of the chlorine industry. How does that work? What we do is you've got the waste products coming out of the chlor-alkali plant. That's high purity. You link it in with our storage systems. You don't need any dramatic compression. And what you do then is you have the lowest cost hydrogen generation with the lowest cost storage and distribution. Will provide you with the lowest cost hydrogen delivery. That is our simple value proposition. Who are we working with? We're working with a number of different players, and we've addressed the question before. Pathway to commercialization, potentially exit, is by linking up with large strategic players who are going to help you through here. We're working with Air Liquide, a petrochemical company out of the United States called Westlake Chemical, and also we're starting to work with Balstill Gases out of China. We've got an LOI in place with Air Liquide, and really with Westlake, we're looking at the hydrogen supply chain business. On the refueling side, we're also working with Tokyo Gas out of Japan, and we've been working for a long time with Shell. Our focus, though, is very, very much on the existing industrial market. If you can start to produce products into that market and meet the cost and return requirements in that market, that gives you the platform to then move into refueling. There's no other way you can do it. We have a very strong China story. Not only is the market very attractive to us, it's an industrial gas market that's growing at 20 to 25% per annum. So there's a lot of demand for hydrogen. Hydrogen is used as industrial gas in applications such as metals refining. It's used to cool turbines and thermal power plants, pharmaceuticals, food production, hydrogen and fat. So it's a fairly commonly used industrial gas. And that market's growing at about 20 to 25% in China alone. Critical for us in Hydrexia's business, though, is that our supply chain is heavily China-focused. Our material is a proprietary material. It's a magnesium alloy. China dominates that market with not only pure magnesium, primary magnesium, but also magnesium alloys. We're not going to produce our material anywhere else but China, and that provides us with our platform to actually produce low-cost systems. Finally, we're going to look at a low-cost model for actually producing our systems. We're going to partner with groups out of China that can do the final fabrication, the final assembly of the market. So we have a very, very strong and focused China story. Just getting to the end here, the last thing that we're very conscious of is providing returns for our investors. And one of the real ways to do that is provide multiple opportunities for exit. In the nearer term, we believe that we've got a window for exit that's going to be what we term a strategic trade sale. That's where our technology is proven to the extent where potentially our partners, our strategic partners, will sit there and say, we've seen enough, we like it, we're just going to take it. That could be within our own partner group we're working with now, or it could be outside of that partner group. Someone else just looks at this and says, I don't want it to go to one of those other groups that Hydrexia is working with. I actually want to take that for myself. In the medium term, I think we've got some other options. We also have a trade sale route. We can build up the business, start to generate revenue and become EBITDA positive. We're forecasting in the second half of 2014, beginning of 2015. We then look at a trade sale option there. Because we've got two businesses, there's sort of the OEM business making the systems and the hydrogen supply chain business or supplying hydrogen. You can sell it in its entirety, or you can actually look at whether you want to split it up. The other option, obviously, when you're starting to produce revenue and starting to be EBITDA positive, is it starts to open up the IPO possibilities as well. So a quick summary. Again, I don't want to get between yourselves and the bar. Hydrexia has really got the lowest cost hydrogen storage systems. And with that, it enables us to create the lowest cost hydrogen supply chains, working with alternative or waste hydrogen generators like Ferrari. We're commercializing into the existing industrial market first. That is our platform for growth, it's our platform for product development, it's our platform to actually build the business. There's a lot of skepticism about hydrogen, when the hydrogen car is going to come and when is this new wave going to happen. We're not dependent on that. We'll build our platform off the existing industrial base to start. We're partnering with key strategics in our target applications. That's critical. That provides us with telling us what we need to do and how we need to do it, but it provides us also a pathway through the market. We've got strong links to China, not only in the marketplace itself, but also the supply chain. And we've got multiple exit opportunities through different times. It's more limited by the time than it is the opportunity for the next step. So, thank you very much for your time. I hope I sort of managed to ease the pain a little bit and get back in time with it. And perhaps I might see you at the bar later on. Thank you.